Hello students. Today let us discuss food groups. As we have already discussed the various types of nutrients and the classification of vitamins. So today our discussion is all about the various kinds of food group. On the basis of nutrients, food can be broadly divided into the three categories. The first one is our energy giving food. Energy giving foods rich in carbohydrates and fats are called energy giving foods. Example: cereals. There are various other examples of cereals like wheat, rice, corn and bajra. These are collectively called as cereals. Cereals doesn't mean anything else. Cereals means it is a combination of wheat, rice, corn and bajra. Many of you have enjoyed wheat, that means गम जिससे आटा मिलता है. Next, rice, चावल, corn, भुट्टा, then bajra. Bajra is known as bajra. It is found in western part of India, basically in Rajasthan and Gujarat. Next, we have our butter, ghee, and nuts. These are the various examples of energy giving food. So, as we have discussed, energy giving food, that means the foods which are rich in carbohydrates and fats are called energy giving foods. At the same time, you have to go through the examples. Don't forget to keep it in mind, the examples. Let us discuss our next topic, that is the bodybuilding food. What kind of foods are called bodybuilding foods? Foods rich in proteins are called bodybuilding foods. The foods which are rich in proteins are called bodybuilding foods. Some of the examples are as follows: milk, next paneer, beans, pulses matlab dal, and chicken are protein rich foods. So they are the examples of bodybuilding food. We must include these items in our diet so that we can have sufficient amount of bodybuilding foods. Next one is our protective food. Protective foods rich in vitamins and minerals are called protective foods. So what kind of foods are called protective foods? The foods which are rich in vitamins and minerals. These two components must be there in the food which are called the protective food. The examples are fruits and vegetables, which are the rich sources of vitamins and minerals. So they are the examples of our protective food. Next we have our roughage and water. These are not the various components or the essential components of our food, but you have to keep it in mind that water and roughage has its own role in our body. Without these two components, our body may not perform or digest food. So let us go through the first one, roughage. Our body needs water and roughage to keep fit, as I have told you. Roughage is a fiber present in the food. That means fibrous kind of foods are the rich source of roughage. Whole wheat bread, not the white bread. Generally, we eat the bread which is white in color, that is called the white bread. But we have to eat the whole wheat bread or the brown bread. Next we have our brown rice. Generally we consume white rice, but if we can include brown rice in our diet, it will be much more beneficial for us. And fresh fruits and vegetables are the rich sources of roughage. So what kinds of role does roughage play in our body? Roughage keeps the digestive system clean and helps in the removal of waste material from our bodies. So you can form a question. What can be that question? Who keeps the digestive system clean? So your answer will be roughage. And the next part of the question may be like this: who is who plays an important role in the removal of waste material from our bodies? So you have to write down that roughage helps an important role in the removal of waste materials from our body. I hope the roughage portion is clear to you. Let us little bit look into the activity which we have. Take an apple and wash it well. Take a bite, chew it till it becomes tasteless. What is left in your mouth is roughage. So you have to take an apple, wash it. Don't eat without washing apple. These are the basic healthy eating habits you have discussed in your previous class. Next, you have to take a bite of it, chew it, it becomes tasteless. That means you have to swallow the juice of it, not that complete apple. And what is the left in your mouth? That is called the roughage. You will have some food in your mouth, that is the roughage of an apple. So try to do it at your home. This is a simple activity which I hope all of you can do it without any problem. Next we have our water. Water helps our body to absorb nutrients from food. Who helps to absorb nutrients from food? That is water. It also flushes out waste and toxins from the body in the form of sweat and urine. So sweat and urine are the waste materials which we have to flush out from our body. We must drink enough water to make up for the loss of water from our body. So how much amount of water we should drink? We must drink at least 6 to 8 glasses of water every day. As all of you are a growing up child, so you should drink 8 to 10, or you can keep on increasing the number of glasses. So roughage and water is complete. Next we have our balanced diet. Eating well is important for all of us. The food that we eat daily is called our diet. All of you please underline, very important. The food that we eat daily is called our diet. Can you stay healthy if you eat only one kind or type of food every day? What will be your answer? Should it be yes or no? Yes, your answer should be no. We should not eat only one kind of food every day. For growth and good health, for growth and good health, our body needs all the nutrients in right amounts. So we should have proper nutrients and at a right amount. One type of food may not contain all the nutrients in the required amount, so we need to eat a variety of food daily to stay healthy. A diet that provides all the nutrients that our bodies need to work properly is called a balanced diet. So, this is going to be the definition for your balanced diet. So, how can you define balanced diet? That means a diet that provides all nutrients to work properly is called balanced diet. Next, we eat a balanced diet. We need to combine different types of food from each of the main food groups in the right amount. So now let us look into that food pyramid. This is called our food pyramid. So at the bottom layer, this four layers, as you can see, this one is the bottom and that one is your topmost layer. So bottom layer represents carbohydrate. What does it means? That means we should include sufficient or enough amount of carbohydrate. Carbohydrates should be more than vitamins and minerals. Carbohydrates should be more than protein. Carbohydrates must be more than fat. So sufficient amount of carbohydrates must be there in our diet. Next step is our vitamins and minerals. After the carbohydrates, we should have sufficient amount of vitamins and minerals. We have discussed the various examples of vitamins and minerals. In our third layer or step, we have our proteins. So as you can see, the various sources of protein are there. So you must include it in your diet. And at the topmost layer, we have our fats. What does it means? We should have little amount of fats in our diet, as little as we can. That will be very much beneficial or healthy for our body. Next, we have our food pyramid. The food pyramid shows us that we need a large amount of healthy carbohydrates, lesser amount of proteins, lots of vitamins, minerals, and very small amount of fats in our daily diet. We should eat natural food to remain strong and healthy. We must avoid eating junk food such as pizza and burgers. So we must be dependent on the natural foods to remain strong and healthy. And we should keep ourselves safe from this junk food, which are very much harmful for our health. Now let us see what these two friends are discussing with each other. The first friend, I have got brown bread sandwiches for tiffin because brown bread is healthier than white bread. When I was discussing that carbohydrate section, carbohydrate, yes, in that section I have discussed about that brown bread or white bread. So it is good for our health. Brown bread is better than the white bread. The next friend, I have jaggery means good in my nimbu pani. Jaggery is healthier than sugar. That means both of them are obeying the rules of healthy diet. We should avoid sugar. That means instead of sugar, we can include jaggery in our diet. So this much for today. Again, I will continue the next part of the topic. That's all. Thank you.